My name is Philip Ardoin, and I am chair of the Department of Government and Justice Studies, and my primary area of teaching is American politics. So in 2016, me and one other faculty member went to Iowa. We drove out to Iowa with 10 of our students and just had an amazing time. We saw 10 of the Republican candidates that year and saw Hillary Clinton and also Bernie Sanders. That trip was so much fun, we decided, let's do it again. The entire American politics curriculum faculty were able to join us with this trip. As a result of that, we were able to bring 15 of our students.
My name is Hunter Hughes. I'm a political science major and I'm a senior from Apex, North Carolina. I want to be a professor in political science down the road, and so this was a really good opportunity for me to step outside the textbook, step outside the journal articles.
Before we left for Iowa, we actually met 4 different times throughout the month of January. We actually had a Zoom meeting with one of our alumni who found out that we were going to be in Iowa, and he talked to us about his experience as just a resident of Iowa. Really gave us sort of a feel for sort of how do Iowans feel about the caucus. So faculty took students to different precincts.
But it's not a traditional form of voting in terms of you go into a private voting booth, you check off boxes, and then you just give off the paper and it's done. But it's very, very public, very, very open, where you have to lobby your neighbors and be like, hey, like you should vote for candidate X over candidate Y because of blank. And so that's a different type of politics. But the main takeaway for me was that just the political aspect, the personal aspect of politics in terms of this process that we saw on caucus night. This was an interactive experience between people.
And I think that's sort of the one thing that we walked away with. Democracy is messy. It's this amazing form of governing, but it's a messy form of governing.
It was really cool not only to just be there, but interact with the supporters and ask them, okay, well, why do you support this candidate?
We actually spoke and had a Zoom meeting with one of our recent alums, Anderson Clayton. Anderson has been in Iowa, or had been in Iowa for the last year. She originally went to work for the Kamala Harris campaign and worked for the Kamala Harris campaign for about 6 months on the ground. So it gave us sort of some insights about the work that the campaigners and the staff do for the candidates. And we got to meet with Tom Steyer, take a picture with him, and talk to him a little bit about the campaign. CNN actually interviewed some of our students about what we were doing there. So that was fun. And we got to go to the Pete Buttigieg event also. And for several of us, the eyes this student had when he saw Andrew Yang for the first time in person was all of our greatest moment.
And then I look and I see there's Bill Weld just sitting there at the table digging into a plate of barbecue. And I was like, my God, that's the former governor right there. And I was like, that's really, really cool. And we got to listen to him speak for a while. It was really, really cool to be able to say like, hey, I've actually met these people. These people are no longer images on my TV screen. They're actual humans,
And that experience that they had in Iowa, seeing the campaigns in action, seeing the candidates up close and personal, they're sharing those in the classroom. And it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. And I think it was great for our students to see that wherever they go after graduation, there'll be Mountaineer alums out there that'll help them out and connect.
Absolutely. This was probably the biggest highlight of my Appalachian State career. At first I was a little skeptical because I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to pile in a van for 15 hours one way with the same people. That's a lot of time in the van with the same people, but overall it was completely worth it. I've got great friendships with the people in those vans. The professors I feel like I understand better now in terms of just relating to them more, and then the opportunity to see that form of democracy as well as really get to see the candidates in action. 100% the best thing I've done with Appalachian State. It's important to observe democracy, but it's also important to participate in democracy. And so the biggest takeaway from that is, regardless of your party affiliation, just please make sure that everybody whoever sees this video, just go vote if you have the opportunity to.